Welcome to the In the Money Poker Podcast, your source for all things poker. Here we're going to discuss everything from beginner tips to high-level play. We'll be talking to the top players and experts in the game so that you can learn how to take your poker game to the next level. I'm your host, Michael Gabriel, and thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us again on this wonderful journey through poker and life and success and all of that stuff. In the Money Podcast. And today I want to be talking about good poker versus evil poker. Now, the question is, what's good and what's bad, right? And I think it's all relevant to how you play, right? If I refer this to, movies that I've seen where villains, especially like if you watch the Joker or the Marvel movies, and oftentimes if they have a backstory on the villain doesn't come in as like this person who just hates the world, right? Something happens that creates them this villain, but in their mind, in the villain's mind, it's because they're doing the right thing, right? And I think I can remember that specifically with the movie Cruella. Whatever happens there, as you watch these movies, you can see the villain has this crusade that they're on, but unfortunately, they look bad, but in their eyes, they look good. So when we talk about good poker versus bad poker, or good versus evil poker, I think it's relative to what your perception is. So with that being said, to me, good poker would be, I guess for on either side, good poker is going to be what you're comfortable with. And when you start acting out of your comfortableness, then that's evil poker. So whether you are, you like to play more hands and be a little bit more aggressive, or if you like to play tight and you like to be, tight, aggressive poker, whatever your poker style is your good poker. And the evil side of things is when you are thrown off of your game and you start playing under the circumstances of someone else's demise. So this happens all the time, right? We're playing cards, we're doing our thing, we go on tilt. All of a sudden you start playing outside of your norm and it feels wrong, right? Now, I think that's when it becomes an issue, right? So the whole point of this podcast is to make sure that you're not playing the evil side of poker, whatever that means to you. Now, for me, my style is, I do like to change it up, and if I'm playing cash games, I can just play tight all day, right? And I can make money, and it's boring, and I just sit there, I relax, and I'm playing just to make money. The minute I start to, we would say, go outside, maybe I lose a hand. I've been folding for 30, 40 minutes, finally get a hand, and I get someone who outdraws me or shouldn't be in the hand, or I think I did the right play and they did wrong. Then all of a sudden I start loosening up. I start opening up. They call it blowing my brains out, right? And I start playing hands that out of position that I shouldn't be playing. I'm in pots that I see are not, they're not giving me equity with the hands that I'm playing against the hands I play. That's the evil side of poker for me, because now I'm playing in a zone that it's not my original style and it's thrown me off. And now I start playing like the people that I don't like to play against. Now, of course, those people, I need them in the game, right? Because that's how I make my money. It's about I need to find the fish, right? Or the players at the table to pull the money from. And those they come with some bad beats. But when we talk about good versus evil, I have to start recognizing in my game that I am off my element. And this is the evil side of poker for me. Now, other people could be different, right? They could say, I like playing loose aggressive. Then all of a sudden I start playing tight. And now the world is ending for them because they're playing a style that they're not used to, or they don't like, or whatever's happening in their realm. And I think that's the good versus evil poker. Now, what happens is what I feel is happening for me as I'm going through this journey from zero to making it to the World Series of Poker. I'm playing beginning stage of this is a hardcore grind. It's a hardcore grind because I have $0 that I'm starting with. And I'm playing these tournaments that are free that a lot of people are in. Right? Whether I'm online, there's 1,500 to 2,000 people, and it is a bloodbath. In the beginning, it's like everyone's going in, all in with, they're just trying to double up their hands, right? So it's like it's straight bloodbath. Now, when you're watching these hands, you say, wow, like people are actually hitting these wild, crazy draws. They're X-suited anything, out of position, is holding. And, it's sick. So it almost like wants you to play that way. It's like, man, well, if they're going to hit it, I need to catch up. So that's one thing online. The next piece is I'm playing these free tournaments at these restaurants and sports bars that they give a free prize at the end. The most I've seen right now is $200. They do have a monthly where it's $1,000, and they do payouts up to X amount of people. But the tournaments I've been playing in regularly, either $100 win, $200 win, and winner takes all. Typically, when you get down to the final 2 or 3, people start talking a chop and they start splitting it. But this part is a grind. And I've been grinding this out for about 3 months now. I'm about 190. And my goal is to get to 300 to allow me to sit down at a cash game and double it. After that, I'm going to take out, my next milestone is going to be $1,000 bankroll. And I'm going to start using 10% to buy into bigger tournaments that give me a faster result. And then still supplementing the cash games to pay for the tournament entries. And if I go back to 0, I start all the way back at the beginning. Now, what happens is this past 3 months I've been playing here, and what I've noticed is in the beginning I'm playing exactly how I want to play, and that's when I won. I won one. I cashed in about 2 or 3 others, so it got me to about 100. I think I'm at 195, but 100. So I'm looking for 300. So I'm more than halfway there. And what I'm watching is I'm noticing that my style of playing coming into month 3 is I'm starting to play like these guys. I'm starting to play out of position when I shouldn't be. I'm starting to call down raises or call raises pre-flop with hands I shouldn't be in. I'm not being disciplined as I want because I'm starting to adapt the style of play that these people are playing. Now, as I talk to some of the players there, they say, look, this is not real poker, right? This is free. Everybody's here. They're drinking. They're having a good time. And, to some extent that's true, but to another extent, then I should be like cleaning house. So when we're talking about the good versus evil, I feel like the evil tendencies of these people that I normally don't play are getting to me. And now that I've recognized that, now I know that I have to kind of readjust and get back into my playing style. So when you're playing, do you find yourself going to the evil side? Whatever side that is for you, because it's different for everybody. But do you find yourself going to the evil side? And what do you do to get out of it? How do you stop yourself from, taking on the behaviors of the people that you don't want to play against, or the people that you don't want to be like? Let's just say that. You want to play against somebody you just want to be like. And I think for me, what that looks like is kind of like reassessing myself, reassessing when I'm getting into hands and making sure that I'm reminding myself at the table, because I do that as well. Like depending on the position I'm in, before I even get my cards, I say, okay, in the position I'm in, I need this range of hands to happen if no one opens the bet. If someone opens a bet, then the range has to change. And if it's not within this range, I need to let it go. And I haven't been doing that lately. I've been just like, hey, look, we're about to gamble, buddy. That's what it feels like. I rewatched the movie Molly's Game, and Molly's Game, they talk about, hey, when it comes to a game of chance, it's illegal to have poker games, whatever. If you haven't seen the movie Molly's Game, it's a good one. If you're a poker player, you probably have watched it. But when I'm watching it and she's in the lawyer's office, she says, well, this is not a game of chance. This poker is a game of skill. And it related to me. And I was like, yes, you're right. Absolutely. It's a game of skill. When I think about the evil ways, sometimes I feel like it's a game of chance because I am trying to hit things, play in positions, play out of positions of hands I normally don't play. And with that piece of it, now I'm gambling. Where on the skill side of things, I know what hands to play and when not to play in certain positions. And when I deviate from that, we're back to the evil side. So I wanted to give that thought as I go through my journey here, because I'm recognizing that it is affecting my win streak. And I do adjust my play according to the style of the blinds going up. Typically, I'm playing opposite of what the table is playing, and I haven't been doing that lately. A lot of people have been in a lot of hands, and I've been still aggressive, but most of the hands that I'm coming in with, typically I want them heads up. I want all my hands heads up. But because of the environment I'm in, we can be playing one. It would be the beginnings of a tournament. It'll be 100, 200, and people will open up for 10,000. And it's like, whoa, what is happening? And then you get 3 callers. So it's like you gotta be very aware of what's happening on the table. But sometimes I'm calling these raises with donkey hands, and I shouldn't be doing that. And I know that. That's the evil side of poker. The evil side of poker is taking over me right now, and I don't like it. So what is the evil side of poker for you? And are you, going toward the dark side? Are you leaning in? Is it sucking you in? Don't let it suck you in. Play how you play, because how you play hopefully is making you more of a winner than a loser. And if it's not, then you need to change it. All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. Until next time. Well, that wraps up another episode of the In the Money Poker Podcast. We hope that you had as much fun listening as we did recording. Be sure to check back next week for more exciting poker-related discussions. Until then, good luck at the tables and keep on grinding.